Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
Can't stop. Won't stop. Can't.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
All right, and we are back up in this mother trucker. I am the Timu coach. I am the great value of podcasting content. I'm the one-man marching band. I am Sky Daddy. Hold on, where's the music at? Where's it at? I gotta time it up. I am. I am Scott Daddy, fo, knocking at your door. We got a hot one today. Let me fix my microphone real quick and we're going to get right into it because I'm going to be here for a good time, not a long time. Did you guys miss me? Took a little vacation, went over to Texas, went to Dallas. Actually never been to Dallas before, been to Houston a few times. It was cool. You know, Dallas is, it's an open, dry place with some nice buildings. Yeah, definitely not my city, but I did enjoy my time there. So shout out to Dallas. Shout out to my time there. And I saw this topic come up today. And my channel is a spiritual channel. I'm just here to deliver the message. And that message that I'm here to deliver is for us to do a spiritual practice that I call stillness or energy strengthening. So if you're new to my channel, that's the premise of my channel. That's the main purpose that I'm here. I have a great life outside of this YouTube world, the social media world. I do enjoy my life. So I saw this as something that could benefit the world. I had the free time and here we are. So if you're new to the channel, that's what the premise is, but I will do some hot topics like today, which if you can see it down in the bar. And actually, let me address this real quick. Where Jackie Chan at? Let me tell you what we need to do real quick.
Slow down, baby. Slow down, baby.
Yeah, so today we're talking about Andrew Tate. Is the situation with him and his brother, is it a tragedy? Is it a trick? I got an interesting perspective. I'm going to put my 2 cents on the situation and get in the comments, get active, whether you're watching this live, whether you watch this on the replay. I'm really random with my times. That's just how it is for now. I'm going to continue to put live every Sunday. And it's going to be some Sundays that I don't go live. So you rock with me, I'll rock with you. I guarantee you, as long as I got breath in my body, I'm going to continue to try to, produce content and press the message of going inward. So that way we can have the creator that's within us and above us lead us in the right direction and make the best possible decisions in life. So my show is really built on energy strengthening, putting that at the forefront, and then letting everything else fall where it may. But today, my secular topic is about Andrew Tate. Him and his brother recently got arrested. And Andrew Tate is a controversial manosphere guy who promotes men being strong and knowing how to fight and making money and Bugatti. So he promotes this type of lifestyle where it's almost like looks maxing, but in the real sense of it, as opposed to someone like Cavicular, who's pretty popular amongst the young people. And I think they really watch Cavicular a lot of times for the train wreck that he is, and just a matter of time before, that crash dummy hits the wall. Let me hit him with this real quick. Let me get some buzzer acting for Cavicular. So it's just a matter of time before that, dog and pony show comes to an end. But Andrew Tate is like, You know, he's like the final boss. He's the top G, so to speak. And he continues to have these situations where he's getting arrested, where he's getting demonetized, where his Instagram channel is getting taken down. And you start to think like, you know, how many times is he's going to be able to escape? And I know he's from a weird country called Romania. Let me get at the buzzer. No, I'm just kidding. I've never been to Romania, but from what I heard, it's a decent place. Doesn't sound like my cup of tea, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll travel there someday. Maybe I'll spend some time in Romania. But that's where he has his like Tate school with his brother, and then his dad was a black dude. I believe they're biracial. And his dad was like a world-class chess player, or he might have worked for the government or something like that. Please don't quote me on that part, but I know he was like really good at chess, which is why they use their icon as like a chess piece. So Andrew Tate is this controversial figure. He's always, you know, getting into it with some type of pundit or something like that. And he's known for his outlandish one-liners. If you're, you know, broke, if you're a brokey, Bugatti, certain stuff like that. He walks around in high water pants with silky shirts on. Hold on, let me get at the buzzer. I'm definitely not an Andrew Tate fanboy. So if some Andrew Tate fanboys come over here, I'm ready for all the smoke. But at the same rate, I'm gonna call Ace of Spades an Ace of Spades, and what's right is right and what's wrong is wrongs. But we got some comments here, so let's get in the comment section. All comments, and I mean all, because I don't have a huge channel. So whoever's watching, whether it's live or on the replay, you guys are important to me. Let me give you some Americans with peach skin clapping it up. Appreciate you guys for being here. But any comment that you make, it will be read on stage. My show is an open book, so we're here to fellowship, or for my females out there to conversate, you know, at a minimum, and we're here to correct and edify one another. So if you got a comment, get in the comments, get active. You make the show. There's no show without you, but I appreciate you for watching. We got some early comments here, so let's see what we got. All right, we got our boy Cali West. I figured it might be you, and I had this locked and loaded for you, big dog. Did you miss me?
My nigga.
Yeah, I went to Dallas, man, for a little while, man. I made a shorts about, you know, some of my stops. And Cali West, tell me if you agree with this. Everybody has a right to discriminate, and we get what we deserve out of life. So, Cali West, smoke on that. Do we have a right to discriminate, and do we get what we deserve out of life? Check that out. But check my shorts out. I went to Dallas. Great food. It was actually a lot of, hold on, let me see if I got a noise for this. Because I'm in Ohio, and I was like, geez Louise. I didn't think that, I was hoping I had nah, I don't got an elephant, but you catch the drift. I thought I had an elephant. Anyway, I'm just going to let Future say this for me.
Evil world we live in. But hey, I'm going to keep living.
And that's referring to the bodies that I saw. Like, I mean, like it was some fat people everywhere. Give it the buzzer. I was like, they got some real deal snow cows down here. But Dallas is a lovely city. It was my first time in Dallas. Been to Houston a handful of times. Been to Plano, been to San Antonio. So that was my first time actually going to Dallas. It's very laid out. It's very organized. The streets are very clean. The nightlife is so-so. It kind of reminds me of just Ohio on steroids, to be honest with you. But Cali West, thanks for being here. I'll give you one more of these, big dog.
My nigga.
Appreciate you. And he's from the UK, but he lives in Romania. Okay, gotcha. Didn't he grow up in like Chicago or something like that? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that might be where his origin's from. I believe he has ties to United States. Maybe he grew up in UK. I don't know what his story is. I know that he's biracial. His dad was like a chess player. Him and his brother have some type of pimpin' hoes academy or something like that. I mean, to me, it's child's play. Some of the stuff that he talks about is like, you know, who doesn't know this? But I see that he has a lot of value with like the younger crowd, like, you know, boys that are 10 to 15, maybe even a little older than that, who hear these one-liners. They see him doing nunchucks with his shirt off and tattoos. And they like, man, this dude's like a real life GTA character. But why does he keep having these situations to where he's getting arrested, to where he's fighting. Now, let me get this banner off the screen. Get that off the screen. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to put you back, Cali West. My bad. Let's take that off the screen. Oh, no, not that. Let me get Cali West back on there. It's been a while. Work with me. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, I believe that's his backstory. I'm not too sure about that, but I got a very interesting spin. So stay tuned for this, Cali West. And most importantly, like, share, subscribe, but share, most importantly. All right, moving and grooving here. I didn't think anyone had the right not to discriminate, but nature, human discriminate in their own way. Well, let me ask you this, Cali West. Do you discriminate? Like, and what does discrimination truly entail? But he says, I didn't think anyone had the right not to discriminate. Okay, actually, I misread that the first time. By nature, humans discriminate. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Let me give him this. My bad, I read that wrong the first time.
He's right, you know. He's right, you know. He's right, you know.
You're absolutely right, big dog. We have a right to discriminate. You know, we don't have a right to judge. All the glory to the Most High. But we absolutely have a right to discriminate, and we absolutely get what we deserve in life. Let that sink in, sip on it, smoke on it. I'm sure that you'll be looking at me like this after a while. You'll be like, okay, wait a minute.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
But one more time for Cali West, and definitely check out his show. He is on the late night sometimes. I would say about the hour, about 10 to 11, maybe even 9 o'clock. I believe you go live on some days sooner than that. I see your shorts. I see your videos. So go over to Cali West's channel. Like, share, subscribe. I guarantee you're going to have a good time. And join the brotherhood. Remember, a fellowship is just two or more. Just two or more. Shout out to Cali West.
My nigga.
All right, big dog. See, you got one more here. Oh, no, I know, man. I read it wrong the first time, but yeah, I definitely agree with you. You know, let me put your comment back up here real quick. Where'd it go? Here we go. I didn't think anyone had the right to discriminate. By nature, humans discriminate in their own way. I mean, but don't we have that right to do it? We should have a right to have, you know, discretion. We should have a right of choice to where you could say, hey, I don't like gorditas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have to like gorditas, and people can't, you know, force you to love them. You know, that's what I see civil rights was about. I mean, why would you go like all the way down to Selma, Alabama with Bull Connor and all these crazy people, and what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, mind the color thing. And for apple pie, you probably done passed up 900 Aunt Jemima shops on your way down here. And, you know, it's like, what is it really for? Like, and you probably would have got a better pie at a better price. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm asking for a friend. So, yeah, I totally see that we have the right to discriminate and we get what we deserve out of life because ultimately you won the race. You won the race. All right. But I got some short clips here and I want to keep it moving and grooving. Hopefully you can see this up in the corner. It's like right above on my side, right above the plant I have here. And you can see my thumbnail. I mean, not my thumbnail, but just, you know, my little icon on my screen right now. That's going to become very important. And because this individual right here, where is he at? Yeah, this individual, man, I'm starting to notice a pattern. Definitely starting to. And I'm going to put up something real quick. I can't play any of their clips because I played a fraud and fit. I mean, a fraud and fake. I played their videos before, and I magically got a YouTube content thing. It's like magic. But let me show you a little something about that fellow. His name is Myron. He's fit from Fresh and Fit. And I see that he has something to do with the Andrew Tate situation as far as him getting arrested. It happened in Miami as well, too. And it seems like this dude, I also, you know, and this is just my observation. This is just my observation. I have no proof. This is solely my opinion. And this is just all entertainment. So I'm going to preface with that. But I see that he had something to do with the Kevin Samuels death in some way, shape, or form. I'm going out on a limb. I'm using my full tinfoil hat. And where's my conspiracy at? Yeah, I see that he has something to do with the Kevin Samuel situation in one way, shape, or form. And I see that he is absolutely a plant here. He used to be a federal agent. I want to say Homeland Security or something like that. He does a breakdown and he does a lot of going at the Jews. And sometimes when people are like, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, my antennas, they perk up. And how hard he goes at the Jews, it makes me think that they're playing in our face. They're playing in our face. Scott Daddy Fofos, what do you mean by that? So glad you asked. So glad you asked. Let me take a sip real quick. That's a sweet taste of discernment. What I see is that he's gonna say what the so-called little hats are doing, but it doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter anyway because they're still gonna do it. So it's almost like, you know, what they would say in the holy text is that the devil likes to do things in plain sight. I see that this dude is a lot more sinister than what he's putting on. And if you watch a decent amount of his show, you will actually see that come out. This dude absolutely hates his mother. Absolutely. Because there's no point. Coach is already done. And if you're part of the Coach Tribe, if you're not a part of the Coach Tribe, check out Coach Greg Adams, the notorious CGA, Hollywood CGA. He's got so many nicknames, so I forgot about it. But he's got a great saying: leverage and options for the win. So why do you have to beat it into their head? And I know that this is a content thing. This is a grift, and there's nothing wrong with grifting. I'm gonna get some. Hold on, let me do some grifting real quick while we at it. Let me do some grifting. So if you do want to donate to the show, and I am giving out free consultations, I'm going to start something in September. I'm still working out all the logistics of it. But whoever subscribed to my channel, if you donate just $1 a month, that'll help me quit my 9-to-5. No, I'm just joking. If you want to contribute to the channel, let me get that banner back up here, and I'll get back into what I was saying about, you know, how I see Myron from Fresh and Fit. Let me turn this timer off. Do you see what I see? Hope you guys are enjoying the show. All right. So if you do want to support the channel, what I'm going to be doing real soon, and since you guys are here, the people that are live, you can hear live, is that I'm going to start doing free one-on-one consultations with people for anybody that donates $1 a month. $1 a month, I got about 3,000 subs. They'll give me about 1,500. That'll just allow me to invest more into the channel. So $1 a month gets you one free consultation for 5 minutes, and I guarantee you I'll point you in the right direction of peace. So that way you can have peace at all times, aka perfect peace, and you can live a life without anger. 5 minutes, $1. I would love for half of my subscribers to contribute, and it'll be worth its weight in gold. It'll absolutely be worth its weight in gold to talk to me one-on-one, to where we can say, hey, this is where you at. This is what you might be dealing with, how to overcome certain situations, and I can wrap all that up in 5 minutes. So again, 1 minute, $5 consultation. Just you can hit the Cash App or you can hit the Apple Pay. Those are what I'm accepting right now. Those are, to me, the two most trustworthy places to receive. And there's other places like Venmo and PayPal, or I don't even want to get built up on that. I want to be able to accept in a certain situation so that way I can, you know, to a certain extent, control the narrative. So again, I don't know why that banner keeps going down. That is wild. All right, let me try that one more time. But these are the two safest places I hear people say. Venmo and, you know, I forget the other one. Venmo. There's also, what's the other sites that people use? PayPal. There's another one. It's like Buy Me a Coffee or something like that. I'm only focusing on my Cash App and my Apple Pay. To me, those two have been working for me outside of YouTube on a business sense. So I'm going to continue to try to move in that direction because it seems like those are the two best avenues as opposed to some of the other avenues that seem like they are very glitchy just from what I can see from the outside. But let me just hit you with this one more time and then we'll get into the comments and I'll go back to cooking your boy Myron. I'm rich. Hey, so again, $1 a month, 5-minute consultation. We'll point you in the right direction to overcome. And I guarantee you, I'll put you on a plan to where you'll never have anger again. But anyway, let's get back into these comments, and I'm gonna go back to your boy, and I don't remember his real name, but he goes by Myron Gaines on Fit. And then there's also Fresh. He's a darker skinned brother. Fresh actually seems like he's all right, but you know what? Birds of a feather flock together. So you're down by association, my boy. All right, let's see what these comments got to say here. Cali West Miami, he's a plant for sure ski. I mean, when you're hanging out with Rolo Tomasi, when you're hanging out with all these type of dudes, and even if you watch the video, or I'm gonna show the video here, what I forget his name is Brandon Cooper or something like that. Like, why did he take his chain off? I didn't understand. Like, let me show the video. I don't want to give it away. It was interesting. But I agree with you 100%, Cali West.
He's right, you know. He's right, you know. He's right, you know.
All right. Let's see. Him going at the Bruce is just to make the RP look bad. Hold on. We're Cali West. Hold on. I got two for you, man. Hold on. Where's the bomb at?
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
Thank you very much.
And this. And this.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
Man. Hey, man. That's actual and factual, man. That's actual and factual, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna do nothing about them. You know what I'm saying? And what it is like whack-a-mole for people to pop out and say, I hate the Jews. Whack. There you go. So I see that this dude is a setup artist. That's why I put down at the bottom of the screen. Let me get Cali West down for a second, and I'll read your last one too. I put friend Amis with the double face, the evil, and the fingers crossed, because that's exactly how I did. This dude is a CI plant. He's built to be a person that's going to play both sides, an undercover cop. So what he's done is he's played cool, which even if you look at his lifestyle, it doesn't represent a direction. That's why I coach, and I would even put myself in the same category, because I've seen, a lot of experiences in life. I'm halfway to 80 as far as living with a woman, having children, having a business. What has Myron really done? And really, to me, if you haven't lived with a woman in some capacity, and especially without any children, it's levels to this. Like, you're not really even in the game. So for you to be advising younger guys to say, hey, look, do it like this, is you got to show and prove. That's why it's very important for Coach, to really take the trips that he takes and to live the lifestyle that he lives. Because what if he was just sitting on the couch eating Ritz crackers, like after the live streams? All right, everybody, peace out. The one and only Coach, peace. And then we know that we have never seen, he ain't never out and about. He ain't never, you got to show and prove. You got to show and prove that you out here doing stuff. So we can link up more to it, because we know he riding around in a Porsche. We know he riding around in a Land Rover, maybe a couple of streets, and then you got to take that thing to the shop. Shout out to you, Coach. Shout out to you. You know how that Land Rover is, man. I done worked in the car business, so I understand how those Land Rovers get down, man. Man, they be having some technical difficulties a lot. But for him, he's going back to Myron Gaines, kind of like Barack Obama. Am I still doing it? Yeah. So he's playing a character. He's cosplaying a character to infiltrate, and why women deserve less. Blah 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 blah. That's his stick. That's a misdirection, and it's done intentionally. But I see that he's also been involved in more sinister situations, where there's a recent arrest with Andrew Tate in Miami, by the way. Are him and Kevin Samuels, and I've been around this thing for a while, him and Kevin Samuels lobbying for a time slot and them not seeing eye to eye. So, and I got some, intel from some people that might be on the inside that can point me in the right direction as far as me being able to verify what I just said. So I see that he has a lot to do with it, but this is just my opinion. There's nothing that is actual and factual about this, and this is just all entertainment. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. But yeah, he definitely ain't the person that, at some point I see that younger guys get their stuff in a certain direction. And then if you can accept, and I say womb donors at best, if you can accept paying $500 to $1,000 a month and not being able to see your child to know that your seed was planted and your seed is growing in this world, I say roll them salt shakers. I'm a little bit different. I say that you not having children and not being able to fulfill that is going to give you a certain incompletion. We were designed to be fruitful and multiply. So waiting until 38 years old to start a family is not the move, even if you're a man. Yes, we can do it, but it's still not the move. Who want to be, walking their kid across a graduation thing at age 60? That's nasty work. At age 60, you should be at the level of granddad, part-time parent for the grandkids. But the direction that people like Myron, without having a girlfriend, without living with a girl, I mean, what you just leaving them out to dry. They're just left out to dry. And that, to me, this type of dude, and I don't know, what his upraising is. I haven't really dug into that. This type of dude has some type of off, God complex where he's not really tapping into the creator. That's what I read from him. A lot of stuff is regurgitated. He's almost has like I forget what they call it, like a photographic memory, to where he can retain information and he can even recite it and he can read, which is why you see him write down things a lot of time. But he's like, to me, he's like a planted soldier. He was like created on some like MK Ultra stuff in order to infiltrate the man space, because their long-term goal is to keep men weak, so that way they can continue to control and manipulate society. So they're going to come in, as one of us, people that are promoting masculinity at the end of the day. So whether you promote it this way, that way, this way, we're trying to move things in a masculinity type of way. His job or his mission was to come in, cosplay that, and then redirect it in another way. And then also the people that you align with, whether it's if Andrew Wilson, whether it's other people, Richard Cooper. I don't know if they're really aligned like that. Even when he brings celebrities on the show, a lot of them are purple pilled at best. So he's promoting this direction of it because that's their long-term play. That's what his character was supposed to be in this situation. And I can absolutely see him. But let me get back to the comments here. Any comment that you make here, it will be read on stage and we will fellowship about it. All right, let's see what else we got here. It was too easy. The Clanosphere was eager to hop on the racist bandwagon. Yeah, I mean, you know me, Cali West. I don't believe in racism. Yeah, we're going to agree to disagree. I do see color, but I don't see race. And for me, I'd rather focus on the things that are most important. Do I see that some people have a hatred of me because of the color of my skin? Absolutely. But is it something I'm going to harp on? No. To me, to worry about that is like feminine as far as the racist thing or the Clanosphere. I really just don't have any airspace for it within my mentality. Do I see certain things? Yes. But at the end of the day, the meat shall inherit the earth. So it is what it is. You can hate me, but you're just wasting your time and we all running out of it. And it says Myron had only one girlfriend. That makes the red pill look weak as me. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. But I think that was done by design. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a whole family in the cut. Hold on. Let me do this real quick as I throw that out there. Hold on. Where's my bomb at? I'll do this one then. I'm going to say that twice because it was so nice. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm going on the record here. We still ain't seen Shannon Sharp's alleged girlfriend. Still calling BS on that. I don't think she was a real person. I don't think she existed. No interviews, not really posted anymore, but I digress. But what I'm saying with Myra is that I can see him coming out in a few years after the damage is done and saying, hey guys, I didn't even know, like on some Drake stuff. We didn't hear about Drake's kid until, further down the road. Similar to that, where he's like, I magically got a kid. And this may or may not be his kid, but I can totally see him doing that. And just kind of playing that because I see that this guy is absolutely a character. he's a cog to a much bigger system that's trying to push things in a certain direction. But let me play, and I'll come back to you, Cali West. I'll come back to your comments. You got to take, hold on, let me read this one real quick. You got to take advice from men who touch grass. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Iron sharpens iron, my friend. Yeah, Nick Fuentes. That's exactly who I was thinking of. Ain't he like a virgin or something? And ain't nothing wrong with that. But
hell no.
yeah, I mean, dude just says stuff, and he's like half Mexican, half white. But then he's like saying stuff like about immigrants and stuff like that. I mean, that's cool, you know, to have that type of perspective, but it's very interesting. And a lot of times when I see people press it like that, there's some type of hidden agenda. So when I see Nick Fuentes pressing this or pressing that, and you know, he was all in with Trump, don't seem like that's working out too well for him. You got to stop and know that there's a head fake somewhere in that. There's absolutely a head fake in that, because you're trying too hard to push it into a certain direction. You're trying way too hard. Hold on, man. I'm crying. Hold on. That's hilarious. I gotta have a laughing. Do I got some laughing here? I got this for you.
My nigga.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Nick Fuentes is like this right now. Hold on. Also, this is Nick Fuentes.
Is this your king? Huh? Is this your king?
No.
That's Nick Fuentes. Hey, Cali West had to E3 him like that, man. That's hilarious. But yeah, man, dude is a wild character, man. I don't really subscribe to what he's talking about, because once again, and I wish I would have clipped. You ain't got the answers, Sway. These dudes ain't got the answers, man. At some point, you got to get in the game. And getting in the game is living with a woman, is having children, so you can talk about it, but none of it means a hill of beans until you're actually in the game. That's why the best analysts when you watch sports is like Charles Barkley or Shaq or Kenny Anderson. You know, Ernie's kind of there, and he's a great host to just kind of hold it all together, because they would just get into locker room talk and they wouldn't be able to get through their segments, or as coach would say, matriculate the ball down the field. But when you hear from someone who's actually played the game, you know, for a period of time, it hits way different. So when you know a guy who's been married, been through a divorce, still going strong, has kids, raised kids, going through that process, it hits totally different than a dude who's a racist Mexican virgin. Shout out to Cali West. That's Cali West's words, by the way, you two. Cali West, I'm just reading the chat. All right? I just did a little Myron there. Sorry about that. Just did a little Myron there. Sorry, Cali West. All right, but let me play my first clip, and I got like 3 clips. I want to get out of here in under an hour, and we are making good time. So let me make sure I got the first clip here. It's just a little news article, just kind of covering the Andrew Tate situation. And let's just roll that beautiful bean footage right now.
Charges against controversial manosphere influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate. The brothers were arrested by federal officials in Miami yesterday after British authorities issued 38 new charges against them, including rape and human trafficking. Their lawyer says they're innocent and is calling the charges a, quote, political hit. Now, Andrew and Tristan Tate are awaiting extradition to the UK. Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
Andrew and Tristan Tate are back in custody. The controversial social media influencers were arrested Saturday night in Miami after British prosecutors announced a sweeping new case against the brothers and said they will seek their extradition to the UK. Prosecutors say the new indictment includes dozens of charges, including rape, sex trafficking, and offenses involving indecent images of a child, stemming from alleged crimes between 2010 and 2017 involving 7 alleged victims. The U.S. Marshals Service confirmed the brothers were taken into custody on a sealed warrant, and they're expected to appear in federal court in Miami as the extradition process moves forward. The Tate brothers have repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, with their attorney calling the latest case a politically motivated attack. The arrest comes after years of legal troubles for the brothers in both Romania and the United Kingdom, even as Andrew Tate has continued to build a massive online following despite being banned from several major social media platforms. Ike?
All right, Andrew Dimber.
All right, so there you have it. That's the recent news. That's the hot topic right now. That's what I wanted to jump on and try to get some views and some likes and some subscribers for. We got to do the little, secular stuff. And at the end of the day, we're going to do 3 minutes of energy strengthening. That's customary here. So if you're new to my show, if you're watching this on the replay, stay for the best part of the show. That's at the end of the show where I do 3 minutes of energy strengthening, me and you and me. And we just, allow us to have that energy come alive with what inside of us. So that way we can have peace in our hearts. So I show and I tell as far as the end of the show with doing the energy strengthening. But that's the Andrew Tate situation. That's what's going on right now. That's current event. But there's another perspective that we can take here. What if this is just all a show? What if he's playing a character, he's going to keep going through it. It's just all a distraction for something much bigger. And I know what, if they don't go down this time, I'm definitely going to lean in that direction. But could it just be that these guys are going through it and they're showing you, hey, if you want to be a masculine guy, look at what we did to the top guy. Could this be some bug breaking, if you will, in a sense, but yet he's still going to magically get away with it? Very interesting. I want to show you guys something very interesting that sparked that observation. Let me show you this. And maybe you saw this before, maybe you didn't, but I see this as very interesting.
He's better and not skinny as fuck and actually has something going for him.
And I think that flipped the switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this.
He's better and not skinny as fuck and actually has something going for him.
And I think that flipped the switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this.
Sky Daddy Fofos, what has that got to do with anything? I'm so glad you asked. Because he was on a reality TV show. So and his brother, I believe, was on a reality TV show as well, too. And his brother is like the definition of a mouth breather. I mean, that dude is just mumble raps. About that, guys, got it on the loop. So could this all just be a spectacle? Could this all just be a show? I guarantee you, if he walks with this, I'm definitely going to be leaning towards that. Or could it be fake and fraud? I mean, phony and fake. Could it be all a part of them just taking them down? You keep your enemies closer than your friends, or however that saying goes. Could that all just be a part of it? Or could he be acting? So this is my 2 cents, but I definitely lean towards, if he doesn't, get in trouble for this one, that it's definitely a possibility that this is all just a dog and pony show. But let me read some comments here. And we got some people in the building. Get active, guys. That's what you're here for. Let me give you some Americans with peach skin. Clapping it up for you. But thanks for being here. Thanks for watching the show. Most importantly, please like, share, and subscribe. And since I do see some people in here, if you want to get a consultation with me, 5 minutes, $1 every single month. If you can donate $1 a month, I got 3,000 subscribers that'll make 1,500. It'll definitely push me in a direction where I would do this on a day-to-day basis. But right now, your contribution just $1. And let me put the banner up, and I'm gonna get my grift on. And no, it's not because I need it. It's because I want to do it, and I want to go in that direction. So it's going to take, donations and stuff like that. I have other stuff going on in my life. I'm definitely in a good position. Don't worry about that. This is just something that I want to do on a regular basis, and it's going to take this in order for me to get there. So again, if you could donate $1 a month, you get a 5-minute consultation with yours truly, where I will look at your situation. We'll have a one-on-one conversation, and I'm going to try to push you in the direction of peace. All the glory to the Most High. And I guarantee you, you're going to get some huge value for it. So if you do donate, also please put in the comments because I have to check it on my phone. Right now, I'm only accepting Cash App and Apple Pay. Yes, I can set up a Venmo. Yes, I can set up a PayPal. Absolutely. But these are two of the most trusted sites that I use on a day-to-day basis. I've had issues in the past with some of those other sites where you got to keep logging in or it freezes or something like that. So as of right now, these two are the best two to use. And if you do donate, you can see your boy like this. But it's a great value. It's going to be worth its weight in gold. $1 gets you a 5-minute conversation with yours truly. Check me out. Point you in the right direction of peace so you can overcome it. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. We got some people up in the building here. Shout out to y'all. It says, and we got Larry QED. Shout out to Sky Daddy Fofos and Cali West. Salute to you, my good brothers. I appreciate you for being here, big dog. Let me give you some Americans with peach skin. Clapping it up. Oh Lord, Larry C. Oh Lord. I appreciate you for being here, big dog. Shout out to you, man. I can't wait for your dad. You got a new, is it like an endless supply of dad jokes you got? Like Larry C is the king of dad jokes. He is on the Mount Rushmore of dad jokes. Some of them I'm like, I didn't get it. And then I think about it, I'm like, I see what you did there. All right, Larry QED and the place to be. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate the brotherhood. I appreciate the network that Coach is building. I mean, you know, if I was going to do this life thing with anybody else, Cali West, Larry C, JC, I forget everybody. I see their names pop up in the chat all the time, and I love interacting with you guys, man. This is what a true fellowship and a brotherhood is about. So all the glory to the Most High. Shout out to you guys. And I like how you guys watch each other's channels and stuff like that, man. It's all peace and love over here. All right, let's see what else we got here. Larry C, Cali West, you already know, man. Gotta represent Team Poking Bees. What's Team Poking Bees? Hold on. I gotta hit y'all with...
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That must be some inside joke from like Money Mindset or something. All right, Cali West is getting weak on that. Larry C with all the glory to the Most High. Yes, sir. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Shout out to you, big dog. But maybe I'm on to something. Getting back to the main topic here. Maybe I'm on to something. Maybe I'm just a little cray-cray. But I got a sneaky suspicion that these frenemies from fraud and fake has something to do with it. It happened in Miami. You know, I definitely see that they had something to do with the Kevin Samuels situation. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And this is just my opinion, YouTube. It's just my opinion. But this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. The plant strikes again. And Larry C, stay for 3 minutes of energy strengthening with me. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? All right, let's see what else we got here. Poke and... Are you talking about like Jam City or something? All right, let's see what else we got. Has a clip of a lady saying poking beans. Okay, got you. And let me know if you're going live tonight, Cali West. I'm down for it, man. Yes, sir. All right, but let me get to that next clip. And I'm going to play this one more time so I can pick up where I left off at. Let me play this one more time.
He's better and not skinny as fuck and actually has something going for him.
And I think that flicked the switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this.
Yeah, so he went from like a nerdy dude on reality TV shows to becoming a top G. So him being always great with women, I mean, this is something that's kind of new to him. And what I see is that he's created a character. And, you know, maybe that character is real now. Just because you create a character doesn't mean that it's not real. And a lot of younger guys, I don't see that guys typically over the age of 25 or 30 is really rocking with his content. I see mostly this is for like younger guys. and it does push them in a direction of masculinity. So this could be his character, this could be his grift, but then what I also see is that maybe he's playing a character in a different direction. He's playing this bad guy who gets taken down and gets keep going through it as a deterrent, buck breaking, if you will, to discourage other guys from trying to create. And I see that the best thing that he's probably done is create like this network. He's worked with his brother as far as trying to push, you know, younger guys in a direction of masculinity. And that's why, in a sense, I do support some of the things he's saying. I'm absolutely not an Andrew Tate fanboy, because to me, that's like amateur hour, a lot of the stuff that he's talking about. But I do see the premise of what, you know, he's saying in a lot of times. And I do see that it could have a benefit. All the other theatrical stuff, Bugatti, and all that type of stuff, you know, nunchucks with your shirt off and all that stuff. I understand it. You got to be a character. I wear this mailman suit for a reason. So, you know, everybody's got to do their thing. Coach has his thing. Everybody does their thing as far as the character that they are, you know, when you're doing your YouTube thing. So maybe he's totally different in real life. Let me read some comments real quick, and I'm going to play another quick video. What has more letters than the alphabet? See if I get this on the first time. What has more letters than the alphabet? Let me see. Dad joke. What has more letters than the alphabet? The post office. Duh. All right, there you go. I got it. Shout out to me. I got it. And I know I didn't read the chat ahead of time, but it's definitely the post office. Shout out to me.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
Yes, sir. And I'm just here to deliver the message. And stay for the message, man. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, yeah, man, I'm a dad. So, you know, I had to just lock in. I had to tuck in my shirt, you know, and look sternly at somebody for it to just hit my Oculus. Cali West. Yeah, Larry C, man. Ain't no party like a Larry C party, because the dad jokes don't stop. All right. So, Andrew Tate, is it a tragedy? Is it a trick? Very interesting. Right now, I'm definitely leaning towards he was set up. He was set up by fake and fraud, and I know I'm going out on a limb with that. It went down in Miami, and if you keep noticing, people that are around them keep getting knocked. There keep having to be some situation. They had to do that kick down the door. They had the girl Icy who left her kid in the car. They got a lot of little interesting stuff that's working in the background. I know there was at a point where Fresh tried to break away from fraud. It's a lot of different things that are working in the background, but there's a common denominator. And fraud, you know who you are. And I'm going to read something about you in just a second. When I look and I do that common denominator, as you would do in your investigation room, as you're breaking things down, or how you do on your little whatever show it is. Yeah, I'm not a fan of fraud whatsoever, or Fit. I'm not a fan of him. I called this dude out a long time ago. I seen that he wasn't real, and the stuff that he was promoting wasn't truly in the best interest of younger guys or masculinity in general. We don't need to be spazzing out and crashing out like that as far as dealing with women. So I don't even like the setup of it. You bring them on here drunk. You're not drunk. Like, what type of games are we playing right now? Your girl Angie is a very strange situation. She mentions that you don't even try to put hands on her. Is this just like a show? What is this? But when you look and you put him in the middle, you'll see a lot of different things branching off from that. And then it's like it's not getting addressed because this dude has a certain way of operating where he tries to suppress that. Look at that over there. And then this is going on in the background. That's very, to me, government-ish. That's very shrewdish. That's very underlined. I got a bigger purpose to what I'm doing. This is very manipulative, the way that he operates. And it's extremely subtle, and it's extremely methodical and planned out. And if you're not really paying attention to it, you'll get caught up on all the other stuff, like going to the colleges. Even with the Charlie Kirk situation, there's a lot of things that we could stem from and say, let's take a closer look at this so-called Myron Gann's character. And I'm going to read his real name in just a second. It says, I like jokes about eyes. The cornea, the better. Hold on. Larry C, don't stop, man. You give me this right now.
Emotional, damn it.
Larry Church, see with his dad jokes. All right, Cali West, man, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him, man. He got unlimited dad jokes. All right, but let me get into this, and I'm not going to play any type of fresh and flick clips because I received like a notification right away when I did. But I came across this. This is very interesting as I was doing some quick research. And here's the Tate brothers, if you're unfamiliar with them. I'm not with the fits. I mean, actually, Tristan looked pretty. He looked pretty clean on that side. I could rock with that. But Andrew Tate, man, you be wearing some borderline zesty stuff, my boy. Here they are again. They're brothers, and they're in color. Give them a high five. Shout out to the Williams Brothers show. It's actually a good show. And then here is the late great Kevin Samuels, which I see that these two had something to do with his untimely demise, but that is just my opinion. But here they are to my left, which would probably be your right, the taller one, the lighter one. That is Fit. And then to the right is Walter Weeks, which I don't believe that's his real name either, and that is Fresh. All right? But let's read this really quick. And we're going to keep this moving and grooving. I wanted to keep this under an hour, and it doesn't look like I'm going to make it, but we're having a good time here. All right, let me black this out, and let me read this. Amru Fadu, known as Myron Gans, and let me read that again. Amru Fadi? I don't know. Let me get at the buzzer real quick. Definitely in a... But anyway, Amaru Fadi, known as Myron Gaines of the Fresh and Fit podcast, is another Illuminati puppet. His real name, Arab, name equals 666, and gematria. And I swear it's really small on my end, so I'm having a hard time reading this. Bear with me. He's admitted to being a special agent for Homeland Security, working with the feds. Now co-controls as a podcast that demonizes women under the manosphere philosophy, which was created for men who were lame / nerds. And now I'm just reading this person's comment. In their younger years and hate women. I agree with that part. Not giving them any play when they didn't have looks or game women weren't enamored of. If you follow these losers, you'll follow not only an agent for the government, but a secret society puppet who has admitted to kissing men in college. Ooh, that's nasty work there, man. That's nasty work. Hold on, where's this at? Nasty work. All right, so this individual is alleging that his real name, this is the key points to take away from this, minus all the other little sassy stuff that's in there. But Amaru Fadu, known as Myron Gaines, which I fact-checked that's true. The Fresh and Fit podcast. I don't know if he's an Illuminati puppet. I don't really get into all that, stuff. But it is what it is. His real Arab name equals 666. That's interesting. He's cosplaying a black name, Myron Gaines, equal to 59, like Negro. Interesting. Very, very interesting. He admitted to being a special agent for Homeland Security. I mean, I think at this point, if you're watching this channel, we all know that. So this is very interesting. And then there's another key part that he says in here that's very interesting. Now co-controls a podcast that demonizes women under the manosphere philosophy, which was created for men who were, and then he gets into the sassy stuff. But this is very interesting, right? Very interesting. And I see a lot of that as truth. I definitely see a lot of that as truth. And sorry, it's like really small on my end. I probably should just read it from my phone or something like that. But it just seems like it's more convenient to read it from right there. But yeah, man, that's very interesting. Like that he's involved with that. But let me play another video. Let me see if this is the right one. All right, so this is more from Andrew Tate. And when he was on a reality TV show and this girl was like clowning, I mean, look at the body language. Look at the glasses. That doesn't look like the top G right there, does he? Bugatti. Definitely not seeing Bugatti energy on that. But wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. There he is. The beat down of ballerina. Bugatti. Big butts. Mr. Baldy himself. G. All right. Enough of that. So is he simply playing this bad guy character, or is he in over his head? I mean, we will truly find out in the situation, because those other situations that he had, it seemed like they kind of just phased out. We didn't really hear much about it, but they picked him up pretty quickly here in Miami, by the way, which is very interesting. He was getting ready to do a speaking arrangement in downtown Miami, or do a boxing match or something like that, maybe where he was commentating, and that's where they picked him up at. So it's very interesting. Again, my perspective is that this has a lot to do with his frenemies from that Fresh and Fit podcast. That kind of, and the dude, let me play the video of him getting arrested again. I don't understand. I believe his name is Justin Waller or something like that. Why did he take the chain off of him like that?
The Tate brothers are now facing new legal troubles.
Authorities in the UK announcing additional charges.
Watch Justin Waller when he takes the chain off.
In Miami with what we know. Isabella.
Yeah, well, Andrew and Tristan Tate are in federal custody here in Miami as British authorities are pushing to extradite the brothers after announcing 38 new charges with 4 alleged victims. Hours before his arrest, Andrew Tate posted this video on X from Miami Friday night. By Saturday, Andrew and Tristan Tate had been arrested by the U.S. Marshals Service on a sealed warrant. Multiple published reports say the Tate brothers were arrested before Andrew Tate was scheduled to co-host a bare-knuckle boxing event in downtown Miami. The arrests come after British prosecutors announced they're seeking the brothers' extradition and authorized 38 additional charges involving 4 additional alleged victims. The new charges include allegations of rape, arranging or facilitating human trafficking for sexual exploitation, and assault. Andrew Tate also faces additional charges involving indecent images of a child and extreme pornography. In a statement provided to the Associated Press, the Tate's attorney called the charges politically motivated and defamatory and said the brothers intend to fight the extradition request.
Fair use.
And Andrew and Tristan Tate are expected to make their first court appearance early next week. We'll continue to keep covering this story. Watch Local 10 for more. For now, reporting live, I'm Isabella Martin, Local 10 News.
Yeah, so that's the situation. It was very interesting. The dude went to immediately take his chain off. And correct me if I'm wrong, like the police have to put all that stuff away, and they're pretty good at filing that stuff in. I could see if it was like maybe cash or something like that, but I didn't understand why he rushed to take his chain off. So they definitely were set up. Someone within their circle, within their group, definitely told them where they were going to be at. It definitely looked pretty real as far as the guy catching Andrew Tate off guard and arresting him right away. But again, this could go a lot deeper. I can see it going one or two ways. Either this is some, like, let's say, like they're cosplaying in a way, as far as like an apprentice show, like where they're playing a character and they're letting them go through all this to try to deter people away from, being this masculine guy or this leader of masculinity, or they were absolutely set up by fake and fraud. One or two scenarios, I'm definitely leaning towards the one where it's fake and fraud, but I wouldn't put it out of the question if this goes on to where it fades away or they magically beat it and blah, 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 that they're in on the hoax as well, too. All right, but let's see what else we got here. So I'm fresh out of clips. That is my 2 cents on it. I think I might have not read all the comments. Let me get in here and just see about that. Oh, yeah. Isn't that, and I normally pronounce this wrong, but isn't that German tria or gematria? That's like some ancient, like, where they count letters or something like that. And then the letters add up to like a number the number adds up, or the letter adds up to a number. And it always represents like some type of like ancient, like Hebrew, Greek, or something like that type of way of like, and Larry, see, you know a lot better than I am as far as calculating to give some type of hidden message. I'm pretty sure I've heard of that before, but I'm not really big into it, but I've definitely heard of it before. I mean, you can see it in my title. 4 4s, 4 90-degree angles represents a perfect circle, aka the sun. I'm Sky Daddy's son, and so are you. Feel good saying that. I haven't said that in a while. More like Bugatti or Bugatti instead of Bugatti back then. Yeah, you Yeah, your boy was down bad, man. He was looking like an ostrich, man. He was looking real weak. He was looking real weak. Tate was looking crazy on that, man. So, yeah, he definitely done had a glow up. That's for sure. My boy has definitely had a glow up. All right, man. We are at the hour mark. I wanted to be here for a good time, not a long time. I was hoping to keep it under 45 minutes, but I'm having such a good time, so I don't want to rush it. Again, if you do donate, please let me know so that way I can read your comment, I can acknowledge it, and I can set you up for your 5-minute consultation with yours truly. And again, we're just looking for a buck, nothing special, just $1. Cash App or Apple Pay. I'm gonna put that one more time on the screen. Gotta get my grift on. And if you do donate, you get your 5-minute consultation where I point you in the direction of perfect peace. And you also gonna see me like this.
I'm rich. Hey.
All right. Well, we promised that we're going to be here for a good time, not a long time. So let me get to why we're truly here. Hopefully my banner stays up. And Larry C, don't run away now. You here for the best part, big dog. Don't you run away now. This is what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me get that banner off the screen. I ain't want to grift that long. And again, let me know if you donate. Put it in the comment section so that way I can read your comment. I can read your donation and potentially set up that consultation with you. And before we get on to the best part of the show, let me put this in there too. Share, subscribe, and like, but most importantly, share. And let's see what else we got here. All right, let's do it, big dog. I was waiting on you. Cali West always run. He been real quiet. When we get to energy strengthening, I wish I had the little running feet like Coach got. Cali West be out of here. But it's the best part about the show. The 3 minutes of energy strengthening. Let's get it. So this is just like going to a gym. This is just like improving your mental state by doing crossword puzzles, reading books, stuff like that. This is to improve our energy. And what's driving everything? What's driving my ability to speak right now in front of this camera? Energy. What's driving us to do anything that we do in life? Energy. So why not put that at the forefront as far as making our energy as strong as possible so that way we can make the most optimal decisions, the most optimal choices, and operate in the most optimal way. So we'll improve our body, we improve our mind, we even try to improve our emotional state. And by the way, there's no such thing as having an emotional, emotional intelligence. Let me get at the buzzer. No such thing as emotional intelligence, by the way, but I digress on that point for now. But we do everything outside of improving our energy. And again, that's why I wear the mailman suit. That's the message that I'm here to deliver. It's for all of us to turn inward. The creator's within us and above us. So we need to connect with that. This is the way to do it. And let me get my banner back up and get those timers set. If you're new to my show, I'm going to show you exactly how to do the energy strengthening. And I'm actually going to do it with you. So set your timers for a minute more than what you need so you can get into a comfortable space. And all you need to do is just sit in a chair like so. You're going to take your hands, turn them over like this, place them on your thigh, tilt your head. You'll feel a natural focus in between your eyebrows. Close your eyes and just breathe. And you're going to see thought after thought after thought. And you're not your thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time. You've never had a true thought. There's no such thing as your thought. No such thing. We got a lot of people checking in, so you're in the best part of the show. All right, let me read these comments real quick. All right, Cali West, stay for the energy strengthening, man. Let's get it. Set that timer, big dog. It's going to be the best part about your day. Get that comment back up there. Let me get energy strengthening back up there. All right, we're going to always set it for a minute more than what we need. I'm going to tell you guys how to get back into position here once again. I got my timer set at 4 minutes. Hopefully you got your timer set. And typically when we're doing this, try to keep your phone away from you or try to keep it covered up. I got an EMF blocker that I put over my phone when I do it. So you want to keep those low frequencies down as much as possible. And hopefully my timer stays up this time. All right. Again, turn your hands over like so. try to plant your feet on the ground if possible. This is probably the most important part. Sit as still as possible. But if you do move around, don't worry about it. All that's natural. Tilt your head slightly, feel natural focus in between your eyebrows, and just breathe. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. All right. And that's what we're here for. That's what it's really all about. Tell a friend. That's the message that I'm really here to deliver. I hope you guys appreciated my show. You know, I know that I'm sporadic with it. Again, I'm going to continue to put out my common sense fortune cookies. I'll try, every week. I'll try to do my talk to me Thursdays. I'll also continue to try to be here on Sundays. You work with me, I'll work with you. But I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate anybody watching on the replay. That's the message that I'm here to deliver. Hopefully when you were doing energy strengthening, you followed those steps. And if you didn't, really catch all the steps, or you couldn't do it in real time with me, go back, rewind this video. Every single video that I've made, especially live, I've always ended with this customary 3 minutes of energy strengthening. So you can rewind this, do the energy strengthening, get in the comments, let me know what you're seeing, let me know what you're experiencing. That is my purpose of being here, is to push people in that direction. And so that way we can all get to a better space and do what we were truly designed to do, which is to be loved and have perfect peace at all times. And if you don't believe me, look at anybody under the age of 10. I rest my case. And where did we start? But let me read these comments and we'll get up out of here. Absolutely, man. And that's the greatest part about it as well, too. What do you have to lose? Taking that peace in, man. Being able to separate. Give Caesar what is Caesar's, but give God's what is God's. All the glory to the Most High. All right, man. I appreciate you, Larry C. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, Larry C. That's an inside joke. But I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate anybody else watching this. We're getting ready to get out of here. But before we go, and shout out to Cali West, you know what I got for you, big dog?
My nigga.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this random show that I did today and just coming out of nowhere. And I got to catch the hot topics when they hot. But if I stay any longer, I got to charge you. Peace. Thanks for watching, everybody.